This one's a little bit long, but I'll try to shorten it down best I can. Remember, you can always rewatch it if there's stuff you missed. This harvest market sells a crate of Fuji apples for $12. What are two different unit rates that could represent the situation? So we could choose to represent it as pounds per dollar, and you all should know that that word per is another word for division, right? So we could calculate this pounds per dollar, or we can calculate this dollars per pound. And remember, the way you read it is the way that we would write our rate. So just using the problem, you can see Fuji apples 15 pounds and it costs $12. So all you really have to do is set that up. And we're putting pounds, which is 15 pounds, over the cost, which is $12. Now we want to find the rate. And again, to find a unit rate, we need to have a 1 in the denominator. So what did we do to 12 to turn it to 1? We divided it by 12. What are we going to do to 15? The same thing, divided by 12. So we're doing 15 divided by 12. We're going to do a little bit of long division. 15's inside, 12's on the outside. How many 12's go into 15? 1. So we're going to bring a decimal in. 1 times 12 is 12. And we're going to bring a 3 down. When you minus 15 minus 12 is 3. And then we'll bring down a 0. How many 12's go into 30? 2 of them. 12 times 2 is 24. And 30 minus 24 is 6. And we'll bring down another 0. How many 12's go into 60? Is 5. So we get 1.25 here. So that's 1.25 pounds for every $1 that you spend. Okay? So that's a way we can look at it. Another way we can look at it is dollars per pound. So we just go back to the story. We're paying $12 to get 15 pounds. So the big difference is, where did we put our units? Where did we put our numbers, right? So to get the cost per pound, we need to get that unit rate. We need to get a 1 in the denominator. So 15 turned into 1 by dividing 15 by 15, and that equals 1. So we got to take 12 and divide it by 15 to get our rate here. Again, we got to do some long division. We're doing 12 divided by 15. So 15 goes in the divisor, 12 outside. Or sorry, other way around. 12 goes inside. 12 goes inside, 15 on the outside. So 15 doesn't go into 0. 15 doesn't go into 12. We're going to bring a decimal into play, add another 0. 15 goes into 120. I believe it's 8 times. So 15 times 8 is exactly 112. Or 120, I'm sorry. And that equals 0. So what did that tell me? Is I get 0.8 up here. And that, going back to my units, is the amount of dollars. So really 0.8, I'll put a 0 there because that's how you'd see it at the store. It's 80 cents for every 1 pound. So 2 different ways you can do it. Just make sure you have your units in the right place so you can put your numbers in the right place. You try, it's going to be just the same. Again, on the outside, label your units before you put any of the numbers into your equal sign being set to 2 different fractions, right? Put your units off to the side so you know where you're putting your money, where you're putting your pounds, whatever it is, you know where all the units are going.